Stay as long as you like. I'll help you go to sleep at night. Anxious for the days I can lend an ear to ease your mind, or a voice for your pain. I'm a song that was made just for you. Drive me wild, leave me high, always you. The way you smile leaves me high, only you. And drive me wild, leave me high, only you. The way you smile leaves me high, only you. Only you.
Welcome back, everyone, and nice to see you all. Like already returning. It's been a very brief moment since what would we say? Since the last time we saw each other for one of these live reactions to the first few national final songs that we have in Eurovision 2024. It's not 2024 yet, thank God. But it's November 2023, and Malta are just at it. You know, they've started, get going with their entire national final. We got some semifinals within this little small. I was about to say arena, but it's not really. This small little room that they've got going for them, where they kind of showcase the potential candidates for Eurovision 2024, and it's all pretty exciting, if you ask me. I've been missing this whole like vibe of just getting into really nerding out for the Eurovision content that we got going now for the next, I guess, 6 months, give or less, give or take, I say. Terribly sorry, but I will probably have to sneeze very soon, and that will absolutely be on camera. That's just the worst, when you know you gotta sneeze, but it doesn't doesn't happen. Sorry about this type of content. Anyway, Higger, first time catching a stream in a long time. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm back in Sweden now. I've obviously been to, well, not everyone knows, but I've been to Spain for over a week now that the school's been on break here in Sweden, and I'm going back to work tomorrow, of course. But before that, we got a very hectic Sunday on our hands here. We're gonna watch this or listen to the second semi-final songs from the Maltese national final for 2024, and then we're obviously going to watch the 2006 semi-final of Eurovision tonight for the watch along on Twitch, so do make sure to join me there for that one if you're interested. It's gonna be a blast. But first things first, it's gonna be a blast watching the 9 songs that we got going for us in the second semi-final here. 30 people here currently. Really awesome to see you all here, and let's get into it. I think that I always say this in advance, but just so you know that I will be talking over the songs. If you have an issue with that, then you should go and listen to the songs on your own first, and then you can come back and watch me if you want to. But do not get annoyed at me for talking over the songs, because I will do that. I'll just give you my spontaneous thoughts, really, as we go along. First song, we're gonna get right to it, I think. It's called Fading by Marie Claire. I do think that I put the songs into the correct order. I hope I did anyway, and if I didn't, I apologize in advance. First song up, Marie Claire, Fading, and I can't see my cursor. Why can't I see my cursor? There it is. Alright, song number 1, let's go. That's an effective opening.
I tried holding you tight,
Strong
but
vocal.
I can't hold on to sight.
Absolutely.
You left me good memories.
This is a nice finger-picking arrangement on the guitar. Very laid back.
Memories
Nice pad in the
that
background too to set the tone.
looking in the mirror, oh, you're all I see. I wish I could
Got like a
go back
choir
to
coming
the
into
days you were here.
build. Okay, elevated chord there.
Oh, how I miss it at times.
Okay, we'll bring in the strings, a little bit of an arpeggio.
My shelter, the way you walked with a smile.
So far it's mostly about the vocal, I'd say.
Even though I wanted you forever, somehow you're fading.
Okay. Very mellow, very restrained.
Your sorry
Quite intimate in that
silence
regard.
annoyances.
A little bit of a digital drum input here.
Told by the sweetest of voices. Wanna go down to the ocean. Maybe then I could still drown in your motion.
Yeah, good.
Oh, how
Very
I
strong.
miss it at times.
The song really needs to kick up a gear though to really match that ambition of the vocal.
My shelter, the way you walked with a smile. Even though I wanted you forever, somehow you're fading.
Yeah, the instrumentation really needs to expand here. It's still the same kind of core concept as we had in the introduction of the song, which feels a bit underwhelming in all honesty.
I'd do anything
Elevated chords here.
just to have you in my arms. Wish that I could buy some time. God knows that I've tried just to have you one more time. Oh, how I miss it at times.
Yeah, she needs a song to match the ambition of her vocals, for sure.
The warming beats of your
I think the
heart.
instrumental arrangement is probably the issue.
The way you walked with a smile.
Yeah, no energy in these drumming either. It's very half step. It's restrained, focusing a lot on like elongated hits, and it's a vocal showcase.
Even though I wanted you forever, somehow you're fading.
Yeah, and there we fade out the song as well. It's not finished. I don't think that's I guess the main takeaway that I got from this one. She's a very competent singer, obviously. Like I think everyone can really hear that. And it really comes across with a lot of conviction in terms of the vocal, but the instrumental doesn't back that up. It's not a match made in heaven in any regard because of it. I think the opening sets the tone very nicely, but as the song really progresses, it does not really kind of go hand in hand with the vocal evolution of the song. The instrumental doesn't really have that evolution. It's more just kind of samey throughout the whole thing, and that is rather underwhelming. It becomes monotonous because of it. Yeah, I think probably a hint of unmemorability to the song as well. It's not a melody that sticks to your head, and it's mostly just about kind of vocal showcasing. It opens up decently, but as the song progresses, I get more and more kind of taken out of it, and you just really have to grasp onto the vocals to really kind of tag along with where the song is going. It keeps itself too restrained, too underwhelming, and doesn't explore what it wants to do. So it's a nice way to open this one I think, but the opening really set the tone nicely. I was quite intrigued by it, but as the song progressed, didn't really have the dynamics to show for it. So we're moving on to song number 2, as I still feel like I have to sneeze. Nope, I guess not. We're moving on to song number 2, and if I sneeze in the middle of it, I do apologize. Song number 2 is called Puppet here by Franklin Calleja, so maybe it's Kurt's brother from the first semi-final, or maybe this is just a very common surname in Malta. I do not know. However, we got Puppet here, song number 2. Wait, I'm terribly sorry. I gotta sneeze. Be right back. Alright, I didn't sneeze, I'm terribly sorry. Anyway, okay. Franklin, let's see what you got. Franklin Calleja, Puppet, song number 2. Gritty synth work to start off the song.
Your words mean nothing to me. I don't wanna stay another day. You played my heart like a guitar and broke it just like a rock star. I just wanna
Okay. Introduction set the tone quite decently. Decent dynamics here with the vocal lying on this gritty beat. Some nice detailing there as well, with a bit of panning. Just like song number 2 from the first semi-final, got an ambitious choreography too. Strong continuation here. It's like a synth guitar really shredding a little bit there. Right, we got some solid little harmonies. That's kind of just sing the same melody, but it's fine. At least there's a bit of layering to it. Okay, drums come in nicely here, really showcasing the snare. Yeah, I like those strings as well to kind of add a harmony to the melody. I like that kind of shredding synth guitar in the left ear here. I think that's a nice detail to that. Structure a bit half there, really. Doesn't have the flow to it. Drums sound a bit plastic, really. I did like that. Needs to have more impact on the drum hits though, leading into that final chorus, but that's absolutely a selling point of the song, I think. Could be a turn off for some. I did find that quite amusing. Quite catchy. Nice continuation here again with the instrumental. Alright, yeah. That's pretty good actually. I do quite think that's a rather strong one actually. It's very difficult to tell because everything is so kind of demo-esque within these performances and it's not polished enough. But there's potential in that one, absolutely. There's a drive to the actual chorus of the song. I think it's playfully arranged. I think instrumentation-wise, it's actually quite strong. It feels like they've actually been putting a lot of detail into the instrumentation of the song, which is a strong point of it. So some of the sound design is obviously not really sounding that great at the moment, but I think that could absolutely be polished up in the mix and really just come together quite nicely. Vocally is very competent, seems to be a competent performer as well. I'm not really the one to judge the whole kind of stage layout concept and whatnot, but I was enjoying that, and it's absolutely a song with some energy to it, which is quite nice actually. So I'm not counting that one out, absolutely not. That was the song number 2, and as Eurovision says, I like the song. With good staging, this could work. It could absolutely work. I think enjoy that. The high notes are his strong suit. I agree. About as good as Loop from Semi 1. I did like Loop. With more production work and a new stylist for him, that this could actually have potential. Yep, potential in that one, I would say so as well. Welcome to you as well, Stuart. Nice to see you here, taking bets on how long it takes for me to sneeze, huh? We'll figure it out, I guess. Nice to see you here anyway. Song number 3 is called Watch Me by Desirei Grech. Sorry. Yeah, this is song number 3 or 12. I think that the whole concept of like the Maltese national final is that all of the 36 songs, they all fight against each other. So we're just continuing from the first semi-final. Now it's song 10, 11, 12. I still gotta probably count them as 1, 2, 3, but you know what's going on. Song number 12 here, Watch Me by Desirei Grech or Grech. I will indeed watch you now.
This ain't no 1920s. If I don't agree, I will rip.
It's a little bit of a How Deep Is Your Love intro, isn't it? Let me be your air. It sounds... Okay, I'll keep it out of it. Drained out arpeggios here to open the song with pads. The vocal isn't that convincing, is it? These just exhales. No. It's almost on the verge of a cacophony, isn't it? Okay. No. No. It's just kind of clashing all over. It doesn't have the production to really back up a song like this. And these verses are blatantly ripping off How Deep Is Your Love, aren't they? Melodically, that is. Instrumentation-wise too, really. This pad and arpeggio combination. No, it's not convincing whatsoever. These exhales are too static as well. It's not a smooth experience. Well, we've got a little bit of ambition in the performance, but it needs polishing. Desperately does. Layering here doesn't really work either. It's like the layering is even off, the harmony's there. Melodically, it has some potential in there. Structure-wise, it's okay. Got this very static piano here adding rhythm, but stock drum fills and from Fruity Loops right here. A lot of sweep effects that are overly loud. Massively just over-reliant on the arpeggios in the background as well. Alright, that was song number 3. I think that if we had the singer from song number 1, I mean obviously that was a ballad, but it really needs to be more convincing in terms of the vocal delivery, that one. I think I couldn't really just wrap my head around it. The concept instrumentally is very bare bones as well, and feels like it really has just taken a lot of inspiration from, I'd say, Calvin Harris mainly, I guess. But it's just very stock sound from a Fruity Loops stock package. And the structure isn't really that unique either. It feels very by the books, not too engaging really. Melodically it could have something, absolutely, but I couldn't really digest it or take it out of the song due to the vocal delivery of it mainly, I think. As well, the backing vocals, harmonies, aren't convincing either. They don't boost the song, they kind of drain the song instead. Very, very odd. And yeah, it didn't really feel like it really went anywhere either. it tried to have like some kind of ambition in the structure, but it just didn't work. No, that's probably, in my honest opinion, that's probably the weakest song I've heard so far from the selection. Probably tied with, what was it called, Fireproof from last time. Kind of felt a little bit in the same vein as well. It's this kind of house production that isn't really polished, and then it doesn't work. Song number 4, or 13, is called Empire by Sopranique. We got a little color palette of dresses here with some green, red, and yellow. I do enjoy that. Let's see what this one's all about. A vocal showcase to open the song. Strong harmonies there as well. Audio is stuttering a little bit, but we'll overlook it. We've got the strings really backing up this vocal style. Bring in some EDM influences to build the song. We've got this pulsating oscillator trying to build energy into the song as well, with this pulsating bass that's panning all over. Very bright piano there to add the layer as well. Harmonies are strong, of course. Structure doesn't work. That's such a sudden change to the second chorus there. Needs to kind of maintain some sort of energy. This is back to square one, really. It's obviously vocally competent, and that makes it stand out, but the overarching song feels very by the books and doesn't really have a lot of detail being put into the textural structure of it, I'd say. Melodically, I'm not really remembering it either. It kind of needs to rely on a bit more of a rhythmic drive to it, like really distinguish the actual rhythm of the melody. Would have probably benefited it. Again, the production is very subpar. Tries to have this kind of digital beat to it, but it's very static in every hit, really. And the drum pattern is very lackluster as well. Just listen to this kick. That's a stock kick if I've ever heard one. Bring in the snare. It's so by the books, I'm sorry. If you have the ambition of vocalists like this, you need to back it up with the instrumental too. Okay, see, that one, Empire. That's absolutely potential stacked, really, but what really has happened here is that they haven't been able to match the kind of professionalism that they got in the vocal department. The people or them or whoever was in charge of the instrumental hasn't really been able to kind of work to the strengths of the vocals. Songwriting wise, it's not too interesting, in all honesty, melodically, I'd say, but it's more just kind of, I guess, a template to really allow the vocals to shine and the harmonies to really impress. So I guess that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue, I'd say, is probably production quality sounds very off. I mean, obviously it is probably just a demo, but still, it comes across with a little bit of a lack of an oomph, of a drive, and that really takes away from it. It needs more energy, more of an engaging tone in the instrumental to really drive home the actual impressive qualities of the song. So no, it doesn't really work for me all the way there, but however, I could see this with a massive, just kind of rework to mainly the instrumental, maybe add a little bit of more detailing to it, also bump up the energy of it, really add in some drive to the song. could possibly work with an expensive staging as well, of course. Could be interesting to see what they can actually put together in a more professional setting. For the moment, I can't really say that I really enjoyed it, but I think that it stands out, and it could be. I could absolutely want to see it go through just to see what they can actually make of it. So yeah. Man by Janvil is song number 14 or 5, however you want to count it. And we've got nothing else to say really before heading into this one, so let's just listen to it. It's a very chopped up introduction. Oh, the drama. You gotta love it. I like these kind of voiceover. Oh! That's a unique kind of beat coming in. Bass vocals are actually pretty decent here. Palpable. The drum beat is actually not... Actually stands out a bit. Alright. We've got a little bit of like an Imagine Dragons impression here. Lyrical content here doesn't really seem to be the most unique I've heard. I will indeed hear it right, I guess. Some more breathing there. Really going for the exhaling today. Is that an accordion in the background? That's unique. Yeah, like the verses actually, quite energetic, actually has attitude to them. Very intimate here in this bridge. I'm not sure if you want I'm not sure if I want you to be my man, dude, but this chorus is way too over repetitive, but instrumentally it has character. Vocal style is actually quite assertive. Like rhythmically too. Okay, breaking up entirely here. New rhythmic inputs. We got this little piano to add some kind of staccato movement as well. We got a tempo automation? Do we? Okay. Leads nicely into this segment, but builds quite effectively, really. Okay. So the song "Man." The thing is that conceptually there's something in here that's actually, or well, let's say like production-wise, I think this one is probably the strongest so far. I'd say as well instrumentally, it's the one that's interested me the most. I think the vocal tone that he carries is very compelling. The only issue is that he sings the fact that he's my man apparently for 3 minutes. The verses are actually quite strong, and then the chorus is absolutely... I'm not gonna hold back, okay. The chorus is actually woeful. The lyrical repetitiveness of it is obnoxious beyond words. He's just shouting, "I'm your man," over and over, and that's not really enough to really melodically engage a listener. Most people, when they see it and they listen to it, will be turned off by the fact that he's just shouting the same words over and over again. It becomes overly repetitive towards the end. It never really matches. I'd say vocally it never really goes hand in hand with what they're actually trying to do in terms of an evolutionary manner with the instrumental throughout this song, because the song actually has a very strong concept for its progression, and I think both the rhythmic hits of the song, mainly like at the end of the choruses, it has a very charming tone to actually how the rhythms stack up. this bridge or stick towards the end leading into the final chorus with some kind of, it almost sounds like a bit of a tempo automation to it. At least there's definitely a dynamic shift within this segment leading into the finale. And it just feels like structurally it's a very strong package that's just kind of been shoved under the carpet for someone to shout "I'm your man" over, which is incredibly unfortunate, I'd say. His vocals is actually like, you could have him as the singer, no problem. He's got character in his voice. It's drive. But no, it just does not work. It's unfortunate. I want to like that one, but it's too repetitive and a little bit too off-putting as well, really. Okay, there was something there, but no. We got the next song here. This is song number 6. Yep, song number 6. Tell Me That It's Over. Well, not just yet. By Hayley Azzopardi. I don't know. Let's listen to Hayley here sing Tell Me That It's Over.
Your eyes under the street light, looking at my long nights, no sleep, I'm tired. Just another lie. I feel the truth, but you won't tell me. This has
Strong.
to end for you and I
Strong opening.
tonight. I don't know.
Deep hit drum hits here. Very filtered out. Kind of tranquil in the tone, really. Would match it with the piano as well.
Don't you know I know the truth? You can tell me that it's over. You can tell me that it's over.
It's a very nice melody, actually. How it's like rhythmically quite fast, contrasting with this really dramatic and dragged out instrumental approach. Vocals tied together nice as well. Strong harmonies from backing as well. Leading into second verse. Would have liked more energy in here. Really pick up the drumming a little bit more. We've added a guitar to add something, but not quite enough. It's another kind of vocal showcase in that regard, I'd say. She's very capable. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Rhythmically strong. Brings up the energy quite nicely in the chorus, even though it's so dramatic and sentimental. That's a nice continuation too. No, you needed to build on that. You needed to build on the energy. We don't need more of these intimate sections for you to over-dramatize it. That's... Nice vocal combination here. Strong how the main chorus melody comes in with the backing vocals. Again, another chopped up segment. Feels forced. Alright. Nice with the backing vocals there at the end as well. Okay, that's probably... I'm sorry if I'm wrong now, but that's probably the strongest I've heard today. It is quite professionally performed, first things first. I think she's a very strong performer and really manages to actually hammer down this vocal melody that the chorus actually has. There's drive in the chorus as well. I like the energy of it, how it really transmits. And instrumentally, there's quite something there that's actually quite palpable, I'd say. It could absolutely be a competitive effort, really. It just needs polishing, and that, I guess that's the case for a lot of these songs. But this is a song that really potentially has something to it. I would have liked there to be a little bit of a rearrangement, especially towards the end, where it just chops itself up a little bit too much. You need to kind of hammer down the energy a little bit more. Once you've introduced this quite hard-hitting chorus that it has, I think you need to build on that and actually allow the drumming to, instead of break up and try and be overly dramatic, you need to allow the drumming some freedom to actually create a layer for the percussion to actually build that energy and actually continue to evolve it towards the finale. I think that's the main takeaway I got with this one. You really need to build to your strengths, and your strengths are not these intimate, more slow, dragged out sections. The strengths of the song is the drama, it's the drive of it, it's the actual kind of raw tone of it, and the vocals, I'd say. Melodically, it's absolutely there, I'd say. I have no issues with the melody whatsoever. I quite enjoy it. And I can see myself listening to this one, but it needs a little bit of a rework, especially towards the second half of the song and how it actually builds for the finale, because that could work, and with an expansive progression to the song and also kind of a strong staging to it, I could see that absolutely being a contender. So yeah, I think it has the potential. It just needs to finish it up and really tie everything together as neatly as it can. But good stuff. That's probably my favorite so far. We're moving on to Mara here by Denise Mercieca. And yeah, we're nearing the end. 3 songs to go. This one's the first of them. Let's see what Mara is all about. It's very short, if not anything else. 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Okay.
One too many voices up in my head now, telling me I am too much, I am too loud. Say what you want, but you won't bring me down, 'cause I am Frank Potts, Jonathan.
Dynamic snaps there for this drowned out background. This pluck comes in nicely, really. Builds effectively, nice with the percussive input here. Yeah, okay. It's a bit on the monotonous side vocally, but it absolutely just relies on the character of it, I'd say. Are you really? Okay. I know what style they're going for here. It's quite competently put together, really. Piano, it's a layer here. I think how they introduce the pluck here is the main strength, really, in the build-up. And how the vocal actually progresses in that regard, too. Nice strings there as well, and a very dynamic switch into the chorus, which is actually quite effective. Yeah, it's catchy. Very catchy. It plays to its strengths. Ambitious performance, too. This is a contender, for sure. Going for the dramatic kind of dance break type of beat here. Adding in some 808s as well to really add character. Great energy here with the percussion. Playful as well with the harmonies. Yep. 2 minutes 14, and it doesn't need to be a second longer. It knows exactly what it is. It's pure entertainment for 2 minutes, and it actually does everything that it wants to achieve for the small section of the song that it has. Doesn't need to expand more. It has all of the checks, really. I think this is very, very promising. It has the performance to actually match the ambition of the song as well, and it absolutely has the energy to it. It's catchy. It's very memorable. It feels rather polished structure-wise. I think there is quite a complete overhaul throughout the entire song in terms of how the instrumental is actually played out. I think it's a playful arrangement. I think the detailing is there. I think the sound design is probably there as well. It could obviously need a little bit of polishing, but it's still early days, and the audio issues that we have from the national final is obviously not doing it any favors in that regard. Vocally, it's competent. You know, I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. I know what kind of song this is trying to be. It has a style that usually doesn't really work for me, but I will admire the character of it, I will admire the attitude of it, and I think that it's quite strongly put together, everything about it so far. I would like to see this one definitely go through, and I want to see the kind of potential that it has. It's a solid pick, this one. I did enjoy that. Good stuff, actually. I would look forward to actually seeing that one in a more elevated manner, really, and see what they can actually do with it, because it has potential, for sure. For sure. Only 2 songs left, and the first one of them is called Just Be, by Mark Portelli. So yeah, 2 songs left. We'll see. We'll see if we got a winner on our hands soon. Mark Portelli here, Just Be. Enjoy. Solid guitar opening there, first with the electric, and then this kind of campfire acoustic guitar strumming. Just packed with reverb on his voice. It's characteristic. So far very by the books, but his vocal is really what it just needs so far. Melodically, it doesn't really have that impact instantly that I thought it would. The cohesion of it doesn't really work for me here. Feels like the vocal melody isn't really working in tandem with the actual instrumental of the song. It's not like it's not instant enough rhythmically in the vocal melody, I'd say. It doesn't feel like the song is really building either instrumentally, is it? The backing vocals that are actually adding a unique harmony to it instead of just singing the same melody, which is neat. We're not getting any expansion in this song here. Yeah. It's not really building enough energy here. It tries to be quite emotionally driving, but it's somewhere that just landing in the middle of it. It needs to either go all out with the emotional intimacy or more of a dramatic touch to it. And it's very much trying to really grip onto the feelings here, and it hasn't earned that. I'm kind of losing interest. I'm terribly sorry, Mark. It's not your fault. But the song doesn't do it justice, really. Okay. The concept is there, absolutely. Instrumentally, it has a kind of a tone that would usually work for me. I do like me some guitar work to really be the core of a song. But it can't be this constant just campfire type of strumming on the acoustic guitar and just layering it in such a minimal way that they've done here. The song doesn't build, it doesn't expand. It's very reliant on the vocals to just kind of carry all of the emotion, but it doesn't do itself any justice by actually trying to be a bit middle of the road instrumentally. If you want the actual emotion to come across, you need to restrain it more to really make it intimate, or you need to be more grand and actually grab the listener by a drive of sorts. A bit too uninteresting, a bit too underwhelming, and I do not think this is what Malta will end up going for. It's too middle of the road, really. I'd probably say about that one. Only one song left to go here, which is called Moving On. So, moving on to Maria Christina, song number 9 or song number 18, and I trust you, Maria, to let us end on a high here. Let's see what we got. I see what we're doing here. This is a catchy instrumental hook to start the song even. Solid guitar work here for this loop. Got this drum loop being faded into the song as well. Transitions quite neatly. Rhythmically decent. Another one of these very underwhelming structures, really, how it just breaks up between segments and then builds into the next segment and then breaks up and builds. No, I don't know. This kind of chorus is... it's kind of overstayed its welcome already. I think instrumentally there are actually details here that add a melody to it that actually makes it characteristic, but it's too... it doesn't have the drive that it really needs to have. There's an ambitious to it, but it's... it doesn't have the energy to really back it up. It feels, you know, unfinished, which it probably is, but it doesn't feel like polishing would actually make this more interesting. Again, with the stock sounds of drum fills as well. Melodically, this is not working for me. I'm sorry. Trying to add some strings here to add character to it as well, but... we gotta have a key change. Not a very convincing one, unfortunately. I think she's doing everything she can with the song, but it doesn't have the creativity or the freedom to really do that. It's kind of living in the same vein as Moldova in 2016, I think. It tries to have this energy to it, but it's just slightly underwhelming. I'm moving on now, thank you. Yeah, the final song here, it didn't really bring a lot of just kind of interest from me. It felt very kind of formulaic, a bit standardized, and it's kind of, again, a bit similar to, I guess, the song Fireproof from the last semi-final, with it just being, it tries to have energy, but it just falls so flat because it doesn't explore a kind of drive to the song that actually keeps it engaging, and it just kind of becomes, it falls between the cracks, and I don't really care for it too much because of that, I'd say. Quite unfortunate, really. Didn't click with that one. She's trying to do something with it, but it's not enough, really. I see a lot of people claiming that it's a little bit bland and repetitive, and I would probably agree with that. So yeah. What I think, actually, we're going to, of course, do the tier list as well to see what you all think of the songs that we've heard today. However, I think we might as well, you know, actually watch a recap before, because maybe you didn't remember the songs from early on, and that's completely fine, you know. So let's actually watch the recap. I mean, everyone knows the channel Misja Eurovizia Recaps. It's a brilliant channel to have on YouTube. So let's just actually watch the recap so we can just kind of remember the songs a little bit more. So let's just listen to it before we make up our minds on the tier list here. So let's see. We got it ready, and yeah, let's just listen to them.
The way you even though I wanted you forever, somehow you're fading.
Yeah, this is the vocally strong one, really. Playful, this one. Nice assertiveness in the instrumental too, and the vocals absolutely as well. Ambitious performance. Sounds a bit more interesting in this recap, I think. This is a nice highlight of the song to have. Instrumentally, I was underwhelmed by it. Man had the drive and the attitude, but too repetitive, I'd say. This one has a lot of potential, I'd say. Engaging melody for the chorus, and strong vocal delivery as well. Just a bit of a structural polishing and this could absolutely work. This one works too, definitely. Engaging, catchy, stands out, ambitious, pretty professional production to it as well. Strong. Too underwhelming this one for me, but for something that tries to be so emotional, it becomes too normalized. And this is a song like so many others, I'd say. Doesn't interest me too much. The final song there, actually, like, it reminds me of a song that I heard in Melody Festival years ago by, I think, Mimi Werner, could it be? Might be. I just feel like there's something about it that I've absolutely heard before, or something similar to it. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna do the tier list now. But yeah, let's see which ones you all like the most. I actually figured out something that you could do here on Tier Maker. This is a first try, and let's see if it actually works. You can do a live stream vote on this website apparently, where you can all vote in real time, and I don't know how it works. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna test it here. So let's actually see how we do that. I'll just take a look if I can get some kind of link up or anything. If anyone knows how this works, then do tell me. But what if I copy this link? Link for the tier list, and I copy this link. And if you all click it, tell me what happens. Tell me what happens if you click it. I'm gonna pin it as well. Let's do it like that. Here it is. I can't get rid of the ad, can I? Ugh, it's so annoying. Yeah, I can't really see if anyone... Oh, 16 ready. Okay, people can actually access it like this. Okay, perfect. That's actually brilliant. Then we can actually do the live vote like this. We got 60 seconds for every song. That might be too much time, but hey, that's how we do it. 23 people already, so I'll just play it and let you all vote. The first song is obviously oh, I've forgotten the titles already. It's called Fading. That's right. Fading. Okay, so I click play, and now you can vote. I think. I hope. There we are. Okay, it's getting votes. We're getting them in real time. I probably shouldn't have put 60 seconds. I think that's probably way too much. But it's still quite interesting, really, isn't it? We've got a lot of This Is Fine so far. 60 seconds is probably... For next time, I will know that 60 seconds is too much. We need 30 seconds, I'd say. 24 votes already here. Yep. 25. 26. Okay. This one's gonna end up in This Is Fine, really. We got one person who thinks it's ESC worthy, 3 people who want it in the final, 14 people think it's fine, and 11 people think that, well, thanks for coming, it just wants it to leave again, I guess. So yeah, that's the first one. 32 votes down. Oh, it's actually verging on the thanks for coming, really. It's only one vote separating the two. There we go, another this is fine. Okay, that's the last one. Oh, they take them in a random order? Apparently. Okay, they go in a random order. So this is... what was it called? The final song. I've already forgotten. It's a lot of thanks for coming votes on this one, though. 13 already. I'll be voting thanks for coming 8 times today. Sorry. Okay. You do you, Fireburst. Absolutely. I've forgotten the song. Moving on. Moving on. That was the song. That was what this song was called. Yeah, 31 voters already. Oh, I should have put it at 30 seconds. I'm terribly sorry. I can't change that now, can I? I don't think I can. Okay, well, we'll just count down the minutes here. I can't... Oh, wait, I can skip. There we go. Okay. Alright, third song. This one is... That's Man, isn't it? Yeah, that's the... No, it's not Man. It's the second to last one. Be... What was it called? Be Me? I forgot what the song was called. I'm sorry. But this was the second to last song. A lot of thanks for coming here as well. Let's say that after we've got 35 votes, then I will click skip. Because then we know what's going to happen with it. One more vote. I mean, it's going to end up on... Yeah, there we go. Thanks for coming for that song as well. Mara voted this is fine for the first one when I actually meant thanks for coming. Oh well. Mara so far, just a few votes coming in here. 6, 7, 8, 9. You can be in the final. A lot of people think. A lot of people think, or well, a lot, but 4 people so far, 5 think it's ESC worthy. And yeah, the numbers keep on moving here. 29 voters. It's actually close between the top 2 categories, but Mara seems to be, I guess, one of the favorites for at least going into the final. It seems 19 people, you can be in the final. Just Be. You're right, Astron. That was what that song was called. Just Be. 36 voters. You can be in the final is what's going to end up for Mara here. Still 11 people thought ESC worthy. Next up is... you'll have... What was it called? The Good Ballad. The one that I actually liked. I've forgotten the name. Ugh. I'm sorry. 6 people think you can be in the final. 5 people think this is fine. Yeah, this is fine is winning there now. A few people ESC worthy as well. 4 of them. Yeah, most people seem to think this one is fine. 33 voters. Only 2 more. This one is absolutely more towards the top though than the first song we put in. This is fine, but 17 voters for This is Fine, 47%. So it's going to end up in there as well. Next up, This is Man. We'll see where people place Man. You can be in the final. First vote coming in there. Some thanks for coming. It's very evenly spread for the bottom 3 here. No one thinks it's ESC worthy so far. Oh, it's very even between the categories here, really. 11 people think you can be in the final, 10 people think this is fine, and 11 people thanks for coming. It's completely evenly split. We need a tiebreaker here. 34 voters so far. What's the next vote gonna be? Thanks for coming. Okay, well, we got 35 voters. I'm gonna end it there. It ended up on thanks for coming, but it was so evenly split. Empire, the next one here. 2, 3, ESC worthy apparently. This one is even more evenly split between all of the categories. It's completely wide open here. 13 people on This is Fine, 9 for You Can Be in the Final, 10, 8 on Thanks for Coming, still only 3 on ESC worthy, but it was there for a brief moment. We do have 35, 36 voters here, so let's stop it there. It ends up in This is Fine. This one was called... Was it called Step by Step? No, it wasn't. I'm sorry with the names. I just don't forget them. But I hope you... This was song number 3. I hope you can remember them when you just see the images. A lot of thanks for coming on this one. One person thinks it's ESC worthy. 5 on This is Fine. And then 25, 27 on Thanks for Coming. Yeah, this one's gonna end... I can't click skip on this one for some reason. Okay, well, we'll just gotta let the countdown go then. I can't click skip on this one. Watch Me, that was what this one's called. You're absolutely correct. I'm sorry about the names, but I really just, you know, my mind goes blank with names. We've got 9 new songs here today, and I've only listened to them 1 time each, and then the names don't stick in here. But yeah, Watch Me. Few seconds left here. It's gonna be a thanks for coming, 30 votes in that category, and then Puppet was the last song, wasn't it? Or well, it was the second song, but this is the last one we'll vote for. And Puppet seems to rack up some You Can Be in the Final votes here. For the most part, anyway. Puppet is the one that can be in the final. It seems so. 17 votes for This Can Be in the Final, 4 votes on ESC Worthy. Yeah, again, I can't skip this one, but it's gonna end up in the You Can Be in the Final category. So, as you can see on the screen right now, according to all of you, not one song from this semifinal is ESC worthy, in terms of the majority of your votes. But Puppet and Mara are the 2 that all of you out there want to see in the final, or are okay with to be in the final. This is fine. 33% of the songs ended up here. 3 of them. Those would be Fading, Empire, and I can't believe I forgot the title. This one has had a long title though, and that's the reason for it. Let me actually just. I should remember it, shouldn't I? Tell Me That It's Over. That's right. Tell Me That It's Over. Yeah. So Tell Me That It's Over, Empire, and Fading. Those are the ones that you put in This Is Fine. And the other 4, Thanks for Coming, Watch Me, Man, Just Be, and Moving On. Those have no chance according to all of you. That is the tier list that you put together. I will now, of course, create my own because I have to. I got to share my opinions as well. I'll be pretty brief on this one. Fading, vocally strong, understandable that it's pretty decently put together, but I don't see the potential really all the way for it there. I said last time that I would put songs in This Is Fine only if I would be fine with them qualifying over something else. I don't really think that this one really is there. I mean, vocally it's decent, but it's not interesting enough as a song, so I'll just put it in Thanks for Coming, really. I don't really think that I would like this one to make it to the final over something that I think should be there instead of it. Puppet, I think that one can be in the final. It's ambitious, it has a catchy hook to it, and the performance is actually something that works. Instrumentally, it is quite polished, so I'd say that this one probably deserves a spot up there. Watch Me, it just didn't click. It felt a bit underwhelming altogether. The vocal delivery was not there, and the overall instrumental package to it as well did not spark my interest whatsoever. Empire, I think this one's fine. Like, if this one makes the final, I'd be fine with that. It's not something that I will be rooting for or anything like that, but I do think that it's unique, it stands out, and would actually fill a purpose into a final. So I'll be fine with it because of that, I'd say. Man, again, this one probably could be fine, honestly. I just hate the fact that he repeats the word "I'm your man" over and over and over and over again. It becomes too much, it becomes overbearing. Instrumentally, there's a concept here that I think would work. If it qualifies ahead of something else, you know what, I'd be fine with it. I really would. But it's absolutely not something that should win, you know. Tell Me That It's Over, I think this one absolutely should be in the final, really. I disagree with all of you who voted there and just said it was fine. I think this one should make the final. Not sure if I'd claim it to be ESC worthy. It needs a massive rework, especially the second half of the song, but it could absolutely work. And yeah, I definitely want to see that one make the final, I'd say. I want to see that polished, I want to see it improved, and I want to really be floored by it at some point. Mara, this one's verging on being ESC worthy, honestly. Okay, let's just say I'll put one song in ESC worthy in every semifinal, and this one would be it here, I think, because this one has the potential to be a complete package. It's not there yet, but it needs, you know, just polishing. It needs, I mean, money being put into it to actually expand it, create a grander stage performance of it. The choreography is ambitious as it is now, but it needs to be improved. It needs to be enhanced. It needs to be complete. But I'm trusting them to actually develop that and actually put it into a complete package to make it work. Not saying that it is like the song that I want them to send to Eurovision, but for now, I see the potential of this one actually being an ESC song. So yeah, that one actually worked for me. It's very catchy as well. Just Be, too underwhelming, didn't really evolve, and felt a bit too middle of the road, mainly instrumentally, to work with the kind of vocal delivery that it had. And Moving On was the most underwhelming of them all, I think. This one just offered me nothing, really. Competent performance to a degree, but just not something that really piqued my interest whatsoever. And that would be my list. So far, I think we got spot on 6 songs that I think should be in the final, which is half. Those would be Mara, it would be Puppet, and it would be Tell Me That It's Over. And from this first semi-final, I think that Cloudmaker, that one was definitely good. And the other songs were called... what were the other songs called that I want to be in the... Oh, God, have I already forgotten? Cloudmaker... There's Only Flowers and Loop. Those 6. Loop, There's Only Flowers, Cloudmaker, Mara, Puppet, and Tell Me That It's Over. That's my final so far. You're free to disagree with me on it. But yeah, that's been the second semi-final for the Maltese national final so far. Looking forward to getting to the third one. Of course, now I've caught up with everyone else. So next weekend, we will listen to the next 9 songs, and I'll try and review those. But thank you for joining me now. Still Team Cloudmaker. I think Cloudmaker is my favorite so far too as well. Would be interesting to just see it evolved a little bit. We'll see what happens with it, but I think it will be fine. Groot, can we play some Tears for Fears to see we can actually listen to something that no, because of copyright. So no, I'll play copyright-free music. Sorry, Andy. You can listen to Tears for Fears on your own. Bowser. Yeah, Bowser. That one would be absolutely fine in the final as well, I'd say. So yeah, that's been everything for today. Do remember that you can join me tonight at 8:30 p.m., which is in a bit less than 3 hours' time, to watch the Eurovision 2006 semi-final over on Twitch. Make sure you join the Discord server to get access to everything. The Discord server is linked in the description to most of my videos, to all of the watch-along related videos, but you can find it there. And yeah, please join me there if you're interested in the watch-alongs, and do join me tonight for the watch-along if you're interested in it. Thank you so much for joining me today for this reaction to all of the songs for the Maltese national final, and I'll just see you later. Bye-bye.
I need you in real life, in real life. It's not enough to rewind. I need you in real life, in real life. It's not enough to rewind. The lost times, the memories in my mind's eye, a bone dry. It took too long to realize. I need you in real life. I need you in real life. There's a